It's the time we've all waited for. 32 epic courses, 13 side contest entries, more than 4 months, one incredible contest, and today we crown a champion. Afternoon, everybody. Mayday here in the studio. It's that time. We crown our 4th TGC Tours World Cup of Design champion today. 8 great courses remain, surviving the first 2 rounds of the knockout stage. And by the end of the next hour or so, we're going to have the one. The one that will join the low course at St. Bede's. The one that will join Holback Range Sports Club. The one that will join La Bombia Bluffs and be a TGC Tours World Cup of Design champion. It's been a heck of a ride all the way, boys, and thank you all for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. We've got a lot to cover today. We're going to start with the quarterfinals. We have our side contest winner to announce. We're going to be doing that. We've got the semifinal results. We've got some special awards to hand out, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of crowning our design champion. So, a lot on the agenda. We'll go ahead and get right to it. I see a lot of the quarter finalists already filing in. Great to see that. So let's, before we jump into the Final 8, talk once more about the design stage format, the knockout stage. Once we got to the Final 8, everybody had seen all the courses, so you've got all 12 members of the judge panel judging these contests and going through the rubric, coming up with their scores. It's a winner-take-all. If you had the higher score from a judge, you get the full point from that judge. In this case, it's a race to 7. In case of a 6-6 deadlock, we go back to the average holistic scores on all the judges' score sheets, and that course will move on. So here is a look at the bracket so far. You can see we had some very close matches in the early parts of the knockout stage. Bragg getting by. Kimbia is through. Deschutes and Breton Bay, that's going to be a Group B rematch coming up for you in the quarterfinals. Sussex Downs taking on Camp Lonesome, champs out of Groups E and G. And then Strathmore going against Terrier Creek. B101 in Cendre, if you go back to the Designer World Golf Rankings we put together before the start of this competition to determine seeding and who went in which pod, those are 1 and 2 among the participants in this contest, so a heavyweight bout there as well. Alrighty, let's jump right into this, boys, and there you get a closer look at our Final 8. And we'll start with our first quarterfinal matchup. We go to the top left. This is Bragg Highlands, your champion out of Group G, or Group A, excuse me, against Kikimbia Quafizzi, your Group C champ. Both made it through the knockout stages. Certainly some very different styles going on here. Kikimbia, it was affectionately nicknamed the Lion King now, wasn't it? During the contest. Pride Rock there in the background. And then you've got Bragg Highlands, an ode to Michigan, and Crystal Downs, the like over there. So, all right, I'm already seeing some predictions go on in the chat. Ben saying head says Kikimbia, heart says Bragg. Amiobi has Kikimbia. CD106 the other way around. Head says Bragg, heart says Kikimbia. There's a lot of discussion going on in the chat. You've got Pithy Dr. G. Memory serves, semifinalist in last year's World Cup, and was a quarterfinalist 2 years ago with Shelter Island, which was, in my opinion, the best course still in that contest. Then you've got Reeb, who, with a win here, would become the only guy to advance to the Final 4 in each of the 4 World Cup contests. Seeing some more splits amongst the chat between Kikimbia and Bragg. All right, let's reveal our first result today. Who is moving on to the Final 4? And it is Kikimbia Quafizzi in the all-dam quarterfinal matchup, taking the result 8-4. So Kikimbia is on through to the semifinals. Bragg Highlands, a very solid tie for 5th place in this contest. All right, we move on to the other side, top right of the bracket, the Group B rematch. Job in his design debut. Group winner with the Chutes River Club, Breton Bay. You've got Maddie from Canada. There was a lot to love about both of these courses, I can tell you that much. The Chutes was just a joy to play. I think the Redan 8th might still be one of my favorite holes in the contest. The angles, the sculpting, it was all really good. But then you've got Breton, which I think might be the best routed course in the contest. The way that Maddie took us for the path there through all the biomes of that property, up along the cliffs, along the shoreline, up into the hills, down toward the river valley and back. It just flowed so well. And I thought really highlighted each one of those specific areas. And the golf was pretty darn good to match, too. So, all right, I'm seeing, what do we got here? Ben, once again, split between his head and the heart. Elboy in the chat saying Breton. A lot of splits on this one. Breton has some great foreshadowing, too. Yes, it does. You got the graveyard over there. Seeing some Breton. And, all right, this one was definitely a split vote, boys. And our second one to advance to the semifinals is the Chutes River Club on a 7-5 vote. This one came right down to the nitty-gritty for a while there when we were getting to the Elite Eight. I thought this one might be going to a tiebreaker, but Job is through to the Final Four. And again, that's Maddie, my condolences, but no shame in that. That you put out a beautiful course, and really to have gotten this far in this contest, you've got to have something special. And Breton Bay is certainly that. I don't know if Maddie felt like he had that much confidence in this matchup, but I tell you, it was really close and down to the wire. All right, we go to the bottom half of the bracket now. Sussex Downs, your champion out of Group E, going against your Group G winner, Camp Lonesome by Thomas Petroselli. Sussex Downs by Digital Bunny. Certainly... Oh, Job saying we want Bama. Hold on, Job. That matchup's coming in just a little bit. A lot of contrast with these. You've got a ton of sand and water on Camp Lonesome. Nary a speck of sand nor a drop of water on Sussex Downs. Camp Lonesome, I think there's maybe 10 feet of elevation total on the plot. Sussex Downs, I think you get that off the first tee. A lot of contrast here, but two really, really fun courses. What do we got here in the chat? Maddie says it's coin toss. Alan saying Sussex. Amiobi's in love with Sussex. B101 says Lonesome. Foxen saying don't splash water on Hinder's balls. Alrighty. Let's reveal the result of our third quarterfinal match. Moving on to the Final Four is Sussex Downs on an 8-4 vote. Sussex is in. Hey, Kara. Yeah. Moving on, and thanks for joining us, Kara. Much appreciated. So there, we've got three parts of the Final Four. Who's joining them? And this, boy, this personally was a hard one for me because you've got Strathmore and Harriet Creek, which are just absolute top shelf. I think you could make the argument, and not that hard to do so, that each of these guys put out their best course in this contest. Strathmore, it's one of those courses that, I mean, beautiful scenery, hardly anything that you can dock on it. Harry or Sindre said going in he wanted to make it so width and angles mattered. He did so in a way that has Cendré flair and appeal. You definitely notice some of those Cendré quarks throughout the round. I thought 15 at Harrier Creek was a devilishly good short par 4. The one with the inverted lion's mouth, you've got the OB long, you've got the creek running through there. That was a beautiful. And then you've got, I mean, how many picturesque holes do you got on Strathmore? I mean, 8, 17, 18, you name it. Let's see here. I am seeing a lot of. It should be a finals matchup. Kara, I can't argue that. I don't want to give too much away, but in my own personal rankings, I had these two very high up on my list, and just kind of luck of the wheel of drink that they ended up meeting in a quarterfinal. Let's see. What do we got? Strathmore. Definitely Cendré's best. I'm just trying to scroll through the chat. Strathmore there. Petro saying 12-0. Petro, you're wrong. It was not 12-0. Not even close to that. Let's reveal the final results, shall we? Strathmore is through on an 8-4 vote. So there you have it, guys. There is your Final Four. Kakembe Aquafizzi. It's going to be Reeb against Ben in the top half of the bracket. You've got Deschutes Reeb versus Bunny, in the top half of the bracket. Deschutes versus Strathmore. Joe versus Ben in the bottom half of the bracket. We'll get to those Final Four results in just a little bit, but first we've got another order of business to take care of, and that's to reveal the results of our side contest. We had far more than 32 guys sign up for this event. Not everybody could get in. It was weighted on a bunch of criteria, weighted toward those who have a bigger design portfolio, who've participated in more design contests, have more success in design contests. And there's a lot of new guys, especially now, since the drop of 2K21, that have burst on the scene. The learning curve is as quick as it has ever been. Guys are out producing great courses right off the bat, and I think we saw that in the side contest here. So here was the format. The guys who didn't get in, they could compete building 9 or 18-hole courses. Some of them built 18 because we had a list of alternates. We dipped down into some of them as the design window went through, but only needed to build 9. If you built 18, you could specify which 9 you wanted to have judged. The judges for this contest were actual contestants inside the main field. We ended up having 5 who were able to complete their judging assignments, and each of them went through the rubric, assigned their scores, ranked these courses 1 through 12, and kind of an AP poll system here. First place gets 12 points, second 11, third 10, so on down the line. You add up the points, and the course with the highest score wins, and that designer will get an invitation, a special invitation, into next year's World Cup of Design. So, a lot of great courses here. Unfortunately, we're only going to showcase the top 3 for you, and there were a lot of really good courses, but there seemed to be general consensus that 3 kind of stood out here, so we'll go ahead and run the top 3 for you in this one. Any guesses out of chat who might be showing up on this list? No comment here. Maddie's saying wing spread. Petro has Mr. Balls. That's Howell's Balls, which was Ross McGowan Golf Links. I see Holly Point here is Maddie saying. Alrighty. Alright, let's count them down. Our third place winner is Holly Point with 50.5 points. You do the math, averaged amongst 5 judges, that's about an average finish of 2.5 on the ballot. So a lot of guys had this in their top 3. Runner-up Ross McOwen Golf Links at 52 and 1/2 points. The winner of our side contest and invited into next year's World Cup of Design is Wing Spread Perry Club by Scottish. He got 4 of the 5 first place votes, and I tell you what, this course was absolute class. This is kind of your Sand Hill style course set out in the middle of prairie. This is such a difficult theme to get to look good in this game because it's so barren. You can only do so much with the draw distances on the grasses. This is the best course I've seen in this genre, and I would venture to say, had Scottish made the main field, we'd probably still be talking about him today. He would probably be in the top 8. This course is that good. So a bravo to Scottish, Wing Spread Prairie Club, your side contest champion, and he makes his way into the World Cup of Design for 2022. All right. On to the semifinals now. 4 courses, only 2 are going to fight for the championship here. We will start with our first matchup. It's up top. You've got Reeb and Kikimbia Quafizi. You've got Sussex Downs. I'll just answer DM's question. I don't know who you kick out of the top 8. I just say that wing spread was worthy of being in that echelon. It was just that good. Kikimbia versus Sussex, a couple of the most unique environments in the contest. Both of these had a lot going for it. I personally thought Kikimbia, you get on that stretch, 10 through about 14. You get through there, you got 12, the downhill par 5. You got that 13 that runs back into that a little valley there, almost a dell kind of hole. That might have been, for my money, one of the best stretches of golf in the entire contest. And then you've got Sussex, which is, as we've talked about, no bunkers, no water, but it's just sculpting and quirk and a whole lot of fun. We are seeing a good deal of Sussex in the chat. All I'm going to say, boys, is when it came to the semifinals, there was a lot of consensus amongst the judges. I think once we got to this point of the contest, it really did kind of develop into a 2-horse race. And your winner of the first semifinal is Sussex Downs. I have an 11-1 vote, and that is no indictment of Kikimbia. It's just a very strong result for Sussex. I think by this point of the contest, we really saw 2 courses kind of stand out. On the other side of this, Deschutes against Strathlorn. And I'll go ahead and reveal it too, because like I said, I think 2 courses kind of started to really separate themselves. And in this one, it was Strathlorn by a landslide here. It was a full 12-0 sweep for Ben to make its way into the championship. So you've got Sussex and you've got Strathlorn going for the championship. We'll talk about those courses more in depth here in just a second. Kikimbia versus Deschutes. We'll see them a little bit later on. We have a 3rd place award to hand out as well. But there you have it. Digital Bunny, or actually B11 making a good call. The British invasion has taken us by storm. The World Cup coming to England. First time you guys can say that in quite a few decades, huh? Special awards, before we get on to it. A number of these were voted on by our judging panel. There are a few fun ones that we threw in at the end as well. Holy schmoly, Victor Lane coming in with the Mega Raid, or the Mega Gift Pack of subs. My goodness. 10 of them. J-Ray, Life on a Board, DM Viking, Ramster, Rob JS81, G-Dog, Nitro, Lisi, Drunk Knowing Things, Pat. Oh, congratulations on the subs. Very generous, Mr. Victor. All right, our special awards. We're going to start off with the best par 3 in the contest. And I thought there were so many great choices here. A few that stick out in my mind right away. I'm thinking hole 10 at Cape Clements, Heisenberg's course. Really loved the back bunkers there, how they flashed. You look along the coast. That was a beautiful par 3. I already said I thought the Chutes had maybe the most fun par 3 in the contest there. That Redan 8th. Maddie from Canada had some very class par 3s on Breton. There were a lot of great choices here. Harrier had some strong par 3s. At the end, the 17th at Strathmore gets the nod as our best par 3 of the contest. Short par 3 over the cliffs, a really dick punchy back left hole location, and a beautiful setting. So Strathmore, our best par 3 in the contest. Best short 4. There were a lot of these as well. You could throw the 8th at Strathmore in there along the cliffs. Sussex had a couple of real fun drivable par 4s. The 2nd at Camp Lonesome, I know got some mention as well. The 18th at Kukimbia, the closer there. 18 at Sussex is another one you could throw in there. Less than driver, reachable par 4. In the end, I've already talked about it though. What I thought was a devilishly good, both attractive and strategic short par 4 was the 15th at Harrier Creek. I remember doing my first playthrough here, and I was so caught up with the creek here and here, which is short because we're looking from behind the green. The pot bunker here, I totally didn't recognize that over the green was OB, and I blew it OB. And Cendre just absolutely nailed me on that one. And Harrier Creek gets our best short 4 award. Best par 5 in the contest. We had some really good ones. I know one of our judges commented how good the par 5s were on Kukimbia. Really love that set of par 5s. Again, Cape Clements, you go back to that closer there. I thought, obviously, you could... I will say we did not consider the 18th at Strathmore here just because that is up for an award a little bit later on. Maybe a little foreshadowing. But a lot of great choices here. The winner ended up being the 9th hole at Sussex Downs. This is about 630 yards, all downhill. You got the little Lion's Tooth green or bounce here in front of this green. But this was, you could really sling it around and kind of curve it in. This was an extremely fun par 5 to play. And Sussex Downs gets our best par 5 award. Best opening hole of the contest. Again, so many great openers here. A lot of these courses we've already talked about. Camp Lonesome and Breton was in that running. In the end, Cendre gets it with Harrier Creek as the best opener. And we did foreshadow it. Our best closing hole is the 18th at Strathmore. So, those some of our special awards that were voted on by the panel. Now some of our fun awards. We've got the Who Dat Matt 34 Best Clubhouse Award. This could also be called the Victor Lane Memorial Award. It goes to the designer who put out the best clubhouse. And that's no shade to Victor Lane, but we all know how Who Dat Matt's clubhouse game is. And someone took it up to that level in this contest, and that was Nitro with the clubhouse at Yavongo Beach. He is your winner of the Who Dat Matt Best Clubhouse Award. We've got the Arctic Fury Best Environment Award. As kind of the name would suggest, the best plot, the best landscape, and maybe kind of apropos that the judges here went with Arctic Fury's doppelganger and Crizzy. GC Champs getting the nod there for the Best Environment Award. One of my favorite awards from contests past, we bring it back again. It's the Cotton McKnight Bold Strategy Award presented by ESPN 8, the Ocho. One of the riskiest design choices or planting choices throughout the contest. There were a lot of different things that were discussed for this award. The in-course OB at Uvongo Beach, the interesting rock formations that may have looked like they might have been left by a certain savanna creature on Kikimbia Quafizzi. A lot of different bold choices here. But in the end, our Bold Strategy Award goes to the planting at Coos Golf Grounds in Jivesnader. And you love to see it. Right around with that, we've got the Judy Garland Somewhere Over the Rainbow Award. This goes to the designer who had the most Divot Derby wins during the World Cup of Design golf period. That also goes to Jives. And maybe not surprising that these two awards kind of intertwine with one another. Next up, we've got the Walter White Memorial Recreational Chemistry Award. It's got to go to the Meth House on Camp Lonesome. We ain't just breaking 70 around here now, are we? And finally, we got two more. We've got the Jackie Childs Outrageous, Egregious, and Preposterous Litigation Award. It couldn't all fit. That's what she said. A lot of different things here. Some talked about the crossover routing at 8 and 9 on the chutes, some of the railroad ties there as well. But there was only one instance where I kind of weed myself on stream, and that was the bridge at 11 on Harrier Creek. Cendre with the Jackie Childs Award, as I think I would get some vertigo, go catatonic. I don't know what, trying to cross that bridge. But there you go. Finally, we do got one last one for you. It's the Michael Scott Wrong Hole. That's what she said award. The routing that could be broken the most by playing an alternate hole. And there were a few courses in this contest guilty of that. I can recall a couple on Camp Lonesome, Usonia Links. There were a few of them. But none did it better than Pinnacle Ridge. And that is the Wrong Hole. That's what she said award. So there are your special awards here in this World Cup of Design. Alrighty, we're down to the nitty-gritty now. We've got the top four that we are going to announce now. We've got the third place match we're going to do first. It is Kikimbia Quafizzi versus the Chutes River Club. Again, these were two very phenomenal courses. Reba, as we've said, he's no stranger to reaching this point of the contest. He brought it again with another beautiful course here in Kikimbia. The Chutes was a whole lot of fun to play. I really enjoyed it. This is Job's first contest, and I certainly hope, Job, it's not your last, because I think you reminded these young whippersnappers a thing or two. Certainly those of us who go a little further back into the TGC 1 days know your portfolio. Some of the newer guys might not have been as familiar, but I think it really showed through here. The Chutes was absolute class in this one. Alrighty. I'm seeing a Kikimbia 7-5. We'll see who's running the contest next year, Job. I would certainly hope top four in World Cup would get an invite, but we'll see what the exemption stats are for next year. Alrighty, third place here. Kikimbia versus the Chutes. I'm seeing some Kikimbias in the chat. And a couple of Deschutes. I think Kikimbia is 7-5. That was actually pretty close to the actual result. Kikimbia, third in the World Cup of Design. 8-4 victor over Deschutes. I'm just checking. It doesn't look like I was hoping we could maybe have one of the judges join us for the championship match. Because I will tell you, Sussex Downs Strathlorn. Oh, good call, Aussie. Yes, the best pirate ship by far. Uh, went to certainly Aussie in the side contest there for sure. Um, all right, I will. I'll be honest here, and I think you saw it as well in our results in the semifinals. Pretty much all the judges had this as 1-2 in some order, and I certainly did. These two were my top two courses in the contest. If I'm telling tales out of school, I had Harrier as number 3. But that's not to disparage anybody else in the final 8. You don't get 40s out of me often in the judging war room, and these all got 40 plus. This was a very interesting battle. We're going to talk a little bit about this before we reveal a winner. And I'll tell another tale out of school here. And Ben's in the chat. He knows this because we had a little bit of a discussion via Discord on this way back early in the contest, back during group stage, before we had any possible notion that this was going to be the championship match. And it was kind of interesting. Ben, a while back in the forum, posted that fried egg column about big golf versus small golf. And I think what you have here is the quintessential big golf versus small golf debate. Strathlorn, you've got the Cabot look, feel here. It's big, it's bold. All the sculpting, it's intentional, it's done with a purpose. You kind of know what to expect. You get the big, breathtaking views. It's got everything that, of course, a contest winner in this contest should have. Sussex is a little quirkier, and we expect that out of Digital Bunny by now. You look at some of his past works, Lone Red Maple, you've got the par 5 12th that had the green that was completely encapsulated by a rectangular retaining wall. You had Wood Duck Dunes, which was all greens. There was no fairway on it. It was entire greens for the playable area. You had his reversible course in last year's World Cup design. And this brings out some of those best characteristics. There is some patina on this course, definitely. A few green shapes I would have loved to seen tweaked. Maybe you could widen the corridors a little bit. But this course had a lot of appeal to me. And this was a course that, I said it a number of times in the war room, you could just picture, because this is set in the English countryside, and you could just picture a group of farmers, one day say, hey, we want to build a golf course out here. Grab a couple of bulldozers, a few six-packs, work on it over a week or a month of Saturdays. And I suspect this is kind of the result we'd get. Some quirky features, some small greens, some bold sculpting, but it all has a patina and a charm that just really worked for it. And I really, really love this course. And that was really, I think, when you sum up the debate of the war room, what it came down to. There is absolutely nothing that you can fault on Strathlorn. It is, by the book, absolutely flawless. I think I enjoyed playing Sussex a little bit more, and this is me personally speaking as a judge. And it was kind of that mind over the heart battle, and there was a lot of discussion that went on here. So, alrighty, let's see it, chat. I've been rambling for a couple of minutes now. I will just say I'm both very excited and almost have a little trepidation revealing this result, because both of these courses deserve to win this World Cup. Without a doubt in my mind. These are both World Cup champion-worthy courses. And there can only be one winner. I'm seeing some Strathlorn, Kenyon saying Storm King in a landslide. Alrighty, here we go. Last chance, guys. What's your prediction? Sussex Downs, Strathlorn. Who do you got? Eastwood saying Sussex on a countback. I've seen a couple of guys saying that this might end up in a 6-6 split. It did. It was a split decision. 6 for Sussex Downs. 6 for Strathlorn. So now it goes back to our score sheets. In the judging war room, we're assigned to give a score 0 through 10 in 5 categories. That's playability and shot values, technical execution, aesthetics and environment, routing, flow, and cohesion, and overall feel, which to me is kind of the fun factor category. We do that. Then we have a separate holistic score of 0 to 50 we put down. We had a weighted average of those. That's how we determine these numbers. And both of these courses had extremely, extremely high averages. It came down to one final vote. So here it is, guys. Your 2021 World Cup of Design champion on average. It is Strathlorn that has done it. Let's just go back again, look at how close that was. It was less than 2/3 of a point. Strathlorn is your champion. Ben, congratulations, brother. This has been a long time coming. You're, by the way, the second designer to have won the rookie contest and then gone on to win the World Cup. You're looking at the other. So thank you for joining that fraternity of now 2. I welcome you to that. I don't know what your plans are. If you want to go ahead and hop in my Discord, we could chat. Or if you want, we can go through a victory spin of this course after the show. But I'd certainly love to get your thoughts with everybody on stream here about winning the contest and the course itself. So Strathlorn is your champion. Let's take a look at the final results. It came down, and again, Digital Bunny, brother, I loved your course. I absolutely loved your course. I'll out myself. I was one of the votes for Sussex, but Strathlorn was an extremely close second. I don't think the judges could have got this one wrong. I really don't. It came down to preference, and I think it was, again, whoever came out on top, it was a very well-deserved result. Okay, Ben can hop on in 5. Go ahead and pop into my Discord channel, and we'll go ahead and give Strathlorn a victory play here after we wrap up this show. So, by far could not have done this myself. We had a phenomenal panel of judges that helped us through. 12 judges, and this is a divide and conquer format. Again, the group stages were taken by 3 judges, then we went to 6, then whole 12. You can look at this judging panel. There is a lot of experience on here. Designing, scheduling, playing. It covers a broad range, and these guys were great to work with in the war room. Scores were on time. There was a lot of productive and hearty debate. It was all civil. It was all constructive, but there was a lot of good chatter. I think if you could have been a fly in that judging war room, if you're a newer designer, you could have learned quite a bit from this panel, and it was a blast to be a part of. They each received a special little gift from me as thanks for. This was a lot of work, guys. You consider each of them. Each judge will have played. Let me do the math right here. It would have been 18 of the 32 courses in the main field when all was said and done. 8 in the group stage, another 6 in the first 2 waves of knockouts, and then 4 more in the second wave of knockouts. Our side contest judges, you see them down there. Baby Bull, Pithy Dr. G, Victory Lane Sports, Cyborg, and B101. Want to thank them all for their efforts in judging the side contest. Again, Wingspread Perry Club was the winner there. And we'll get an invite into next year's World Cup of Design. A lot of stuff going on in the design community here at TGC Tours. Just opened this weekend. The National Treasure Contest design window, that published window, is just open. We're going to see a good group of courses. Already have seen a few good courses come out this weekend. Going to see a lot more come out over the next month or so. If you want to get into a contest right now, you still do have time. The CC Design Challenge. The contestant lottery is this week. Matt F. tells me that he is going to be closing sign up tomorrow night. So if you want to get in this, head over to the forums at TGC Tours, go down to the design contest section, find the CC section, and get yourself signed up. Maddie, correct me, we've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 signed up or something in that neighborhood. There'll be a few lottery spots to see who gets in and who won't make it, but certainly a very fun contest to get involved in, the CC Design Challenge. He says about 65 currently for 50 spots. If you're late to the party, don't worry though. Contestants will be ranked into tiers and then lottery positions determined by tier. So even if you haven't designed a course before but want to get into it, in theory, you could get into the CC contest and be someone in the lottery. Coming up in a couple of months' time, we've got the 2021 Dream Team contest. A couple of former design champions, Matt of 27 and Pithy Dr. G, will be your captains for that event. And, of course, don't forget, we've got the Design League 2 going on. That has just published. I think they're going through playthroughs now. Hit up Matty from Canada. He's the man running the show in the Design League Season 2. And I imagine the next Design League contest, they usually do about one a month. And the next Design League contest will be coming your way shortly. And then don't forget, the 2022 World Cup of Design dates to be determined, but probably right around the beginning of 2022. And boy, I tell you, if this World Cup was any indication, and again, I go back and look at our Final 8 in this contest, you take any one of those 8, they beat Hoback Range Sports Club, which was my contest winner 2 years ago. The quality of contest courses has just gone through the roof over the last couple of years. So there you have it, guys. It has been one heck of a ride. We've made it from 32 to 1, and Strathmore has reigned supreme in the 2021 World Cup of Design, winning on countback over Sussex Downs in a 6-6 split vote. I see Ben has hopped in my Discord. I'll go ahead and fire up 2K21. He and I will give a victory spin around Strathmore here in just a couple of minutes. Hope you stick around for that. Congrats, everybody. Thank you all. Thank everybody for TGC Tours. It has been a blast running this contest, and I go back to the start of chat right at the beginning. Golf Wolf said the community is the real winner here. Absolutely they were, with 32 phenomenal courses. So that will do it. Ben and I playing Strathmore coming up in a couple of moments. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll talk to you soon.